Good morning. It is 9:54. This is May 23rd. So that makes 34 days here in Thailand. Cheap bicycle through Thailand, across Thailand. Um, I'm getting ready to go return my scooter, and from there, I'm just gonna start bicycling to the south side of the island again. Now, there's two different separate piers down there. There was one called the Lipa Noai pier. I actually went to it the other day. Um, uh, it's not a heavily used one. It's a little on the outskirts of town. Um, I might, I don't know. I might just go with what I know. Where I got dropped off, take the one from there. Because I'm gonna be on the main road. I'm gonna be on the 69 to get over there, and to go over to the Lipa Noai pier, I'd have to go off the main road. Yeah, so I might go ahead and push the extra kilometers to just take the same shuttle service as last time, same ferry service as last time, and slowly make my way back to the mainland. Like I said, when I get over there, I'm thinking about just camping, because most likely I'm not going to get there by the 12 o'clock ferry, and that's the ferry that I'm supposed to be on. They call that their big boat or whatever. It's just, I don't know. It's big enough to carry a bicycle on the back. I don't know what the size of the other ones are. So yeah, guys, I'm just gonna go return my bicycle now, come back, get my bags and stuff, start tying them up, and heading south. It might rain on me today. Though I checked the weather, I took some screenshots of it too, and it's just calling for a chance all day today. But we're in the rainy season, so what can you do? All right, guys, I'm gonna hit the road. All right, I just returned the motorbike. It was just right down the way. I'm going to do the same thing when it comes to my finances today. I put 1,000 to the side. Since I said 1,000 is basically my limit. At the end of the day, I'll figure out how much I spent out of that. That way I can get more, start giving you guys more of a rough estimate of what I actually spend in the day. Like I said, I was closer, just a little over 500 yesterday, and I gorged myself. You know, I kind of overspent on food. I normally don't spend that much, so I'm going to be a little more reasonable today. Yeah. Hi guys. Back to the hostel. So if we're going all the way to Nathan Pier, taking the south 4169, it looks like it's going to be running us about 31 kilometers. So that's a little longer than taking about almost 10 kilometers longer than taking the northern route. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be shooting for. But first I'm going to go stop by 7-Eleven, get some caffeine. And I'm going to be starting the Strava app too, guys.
Я и смотрю. Как раз вот. Ну так. Да, ну, если ты еще будешь спускаться, то есть они, ребята, параллельно. Давай вот здесь. Ну, здесь тоже лестница.
toilets. Toilets. Thank you.
ชิมได้จ้าโคโคนัทคาราเมล
โอเค
Attention please. Passengers going to
Well, I'm at the C train dock. There's a change of plans. So I went to ask for how much a ticket is, right? Thinking it'd be tomorrow. They want $850 or 850 baht. So we're loading up. So
ที่จะเดินทางไปท่าเรือ
Presto band. Oh, cold. Restaurant. Shop. So like I was saying right before I had to jump on the boat, obviously. Yeah, I wanted to catch this one. I know I said I was going to hang from the trees tonight, but I decided, I got here and I decided to inquire into the ticket, right? And I went to the same place that I got here on. They're like, no, if you want to go to, back to the mainland, you basically have to go to the other port. So I went over to just next door. And when I inquired about the prices through like the ticket agency there, they're like $850 with your bicycle. I'm like, $850? Because it's literally like a small jump. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so anyway, I came directly over to the pier itself, and they had a boat leaving right then. And I said how much. There was a ticket office there. So if I go out onto the pier, and actually there's a ticket office, don't fall for the booking agency before you get there. The booking agency was the one right next to the police department, and that's the only one I saw that was open. But yeah, so when I actually went onto the pier, I found the ticket office, and with the bicycle and myself, it was only $210. That's only $6.30. That's the least amount. That's a big difference from 850 is what she wanted. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Anyway, guys, I decided to get back over to the mainland. Just it was a last minute decision because the boat was taking off immediately. So I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and hop this one, get over to the mainland, then figure it out. So I just had a situation. I don't know why it dawned on me. I just remembered. I was like, hey, you know what? I don't think I have my camera bag strapped to the back of my bicycle, and I don't. So, because it's usually flopping off the back and it's a pain in the butt and stuff like this. I know I didn't tie it down to the back, so I'm heading to the mainland. I just sent in a text to the Bad Monkey asking if they actually have it. I don't know where I think I probably left it in the room. I didn't. That's weird though, because I usually always check, everything before I leave. I'm thinking when I tied off my bag, I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know. I'm thinking maybe I left it on the ground. I forgot to pick it up off the ground and connect it. Instead, I just rode off on my bike. Yeah. So what does that have inside of it? Well, I do have this, right? And luckily, the spare battery on the DJI, I clipped it on just to have it because it extends the battery life. So what I mean is this part I still have. That's part of the creator's combo, and this alone is worth it. And other than that, I still have one of these in my pocket. So yeah, I had two of them. I actually found this one, which is a better one, on the ground. So what I'm actually losing on the whole thing is like the wind guard that comes on this thing, and pretty well all my battery banks, all my power banks, all my chargers, the cords for my chargers, and the battery banks, except for the big 50. I still have that big 50 in my backpack. So it's not a total loss. You know, it's got this. I don't have the lenses anymore, but I got on the inside of here, I have the wide angle lens, and that's the only one I've used so far. So that gets down to, is it worth going all the way back for some power banks? And, you know, yeah, I mean, it sucks to lose those power banks because one of them's a 20 and I have 3 10s, but I still got the 50. So I could just kiss it goodbye, you know what I'm saying? Because if I go, the reason why is I would have to get back, get another ticket, come all the way back, go all the way out there so I could rent a scooter maybe, and then get out there and get back in one day. But now we're talking, you know, 210 to get there, 250. You know, it's racking up, you know, and it's almost one of those things is when you like, well, you don't invest much emotional baggage into material things, you know what I'm saying? So are those things replaceable? Yeah, I can get a different bag for this camera, you know, I can replace those battery banks. Everything, I got the main things for my camera. You know, I still have this, and I still have the kickstand, and I got the spare battery. You know what I'm saying? So technically, I just went and used the wind guard, the lenses, and some battery banks, and yeah. So I think I'm just gonna kiss them goodbye, even if they do give me a call back and say, yeah, we have them. I'll just probably say, well, they're donated to whoever needs them over there, because yeah, sorry guys, but I mean, it sucks when these things happen, but they happen, you know. So if I lost them now, I didn't lose the main get up, you know, the camera get up still rocks, you know. I still got the parts, the main parts I got, you know, the parts I actually use. The things I don't use, I kind of lost. And I still got one. I just had to replace the chargers and the cords, and I can still survive with just the 50. And yeah, it sucks, guys, but we roll on. Yeah, just keep moving forward, right? So, yeah, so kiss it goodbye. Oh, well. Anyway, guys, I know that's a suck-ass story, but now you can see my thought process in it. You know, it's not, to me, it's not worth going back. It'll cost me too much, and the things that were lost are replaceable, and that's why everything in my life needs to be replaceable. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're living out of a backpack, there's a good chance you're one day gonna lose that backpack. You know. So, all right, guys. Anyway, life moves on, and so do we. All right. the Sea-Tran ferry. And now I got a dilemma. The Mad Monkey contacted me back and said they do have my bag. So I'm gonna have to crunch some numbers real quick, figure out if it's even worth going back for. So I could jump on it. It cost me $200 to get there, $200 to get back, $210 each way. I had to spend another day over there, maybe camp. Ride the bike 22 kilometers. Is it worth just that stuff though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it really worth going back for? I don't know. It's a dilemma. I mean, it sucks that, anyway, it sucks. And yeah, I don't know how to put it any more polite than that. Because right now they do have it. So I know that's only it's $12 to get back there and back if I ride my bike. And it'll be an extra day over there, extra day back. Yeah, so I gotta do some thinking. So the decision was, I can't let that slide, man. You know, I almost wish they didn't find it because, like I said, I kind of I have that perfectionist flaw about me where I want everything to be perfect even though when it can't be. And when I lose something and then it's found, it's like, ah. So I calced up the math and I was like, is the value greater than or less than $12? And it's greater than $12. So I'm hopping on this and it'll waste a day. It's gonna waste a day. I won't get back till tomorrow. And I'll be pushing my bike in the dark. So yeah, so the 630 is the one I leave on. 210 to get there. I'll do the shorter route. There's only really one big hill that I have to worry about on that one. That's still 22 kilometers in the dark with no shoulder on that hill. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm thinking maybe just doing a night at the Monkey over there, but I'm not gonna pre-book it because I might just throw up a hammock or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any plans. Every plan I do think I'm gonna do, I always end up changing it. So from sleeping in the palm trees, I jumped on a ferry instead, and then I was like, well, hasta la bye-bye with the camera gear, and now it's come up. Now I changed my mind, and I'm going back, and so I might actually end up sleeping in them trees anyway. Who knows? Maybe some greater power wants me to sleep in them palm trees or those palm trees for some reason. Anyway, guys, that's just me. I'm like a squirrel crossing the road, man. I had to run back and forth 5 times before I figure out which side I want to be on. Bye. Doing the walk of shame back to the island, back to Samui. Here we go again. Jeez. It's like I'm having deja vu. I got no low light setting on, so There's where we're coming from, and there's where we're going. So the plan is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make a night run. I'm gonna push hard to get out there and pick my stuff up tonight. So when I get off, I was contemplating hanging from those palm trees, but I want to go ahead and push and pick it back up tonight, and then I'll figure out what to do, because I need to anyway, because my phone's dead, and if I don't go and get it tonight, then I'll still have to buy another charger at I don't know, like 7-Eleven or something, which would defeat the whole purpose of going out there. The whole point is that I don't have to replenish the chargers and all this stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna make the push for getting out there tonight, and maybe just stay out there. I don't know. It depends on when I get. Yeah, I'll probably just stay out there, because they're only like, I think, $5 for the night. So that'll give me a chance to shower off and charge up my stuff, and maybe use the Wi-Fi. I don't know. It might be too late to do the editing and the uploading by that time, but I'll try and get this all squeezed in today. But these things, well, these things happen, but I have a knack for actually doing these things. It's like these things happen. Yeah, actually, I got it pretty good in life, but it's once in a while there's a hiccup, but most times life's pretty awesome. All right, guys, that's the plan for the night. All right, I'm back on Koh Samui. Yeah, made it back. So now, I don't know. There is a way I can actually stay on this side. I forgot. I still have that battery bank in my backpack. So technically, all I would need is actually a cord, a power cord for C. For a USB to C, and then I could stay on this side, but I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm back. So there's the dock I just got off of. You can see all the cars unloading. The boat's way over that direction right there. These right here are the palm trees I was looking at. And actually, it's a pretty sweet spot. Now, if I was going to hang up my hammocks here, I'll have to run down the street just a little ways, go in this direction right here, is 7-Eleven, at least pick up a power cord. I have that 50,000 volt one in my backpack, and I would have to put up the tarp tonight, just because I have a feeling it would probably sprinkle on me. Honestly, I'd rather camp in the trees than try and make a night run. So I know I said I wanted to push hard and get up there and stuff, but when I started thinking about it, I was like, I only really have to pick up that the cord. I kind of need another cord anyway. So right now I'm just looking at what type of trees are here to offer. I'm not trying to get too far away. I mean, I could go for this, but that's a little close to the road. If I could just find some that are a little farther back, but these all look too small. Actually, I think right where I was might be the best spot. Anyway, I don't want to get too far away from my bike. I'm going to go grab it right now and just walk the beach with my bike. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and stay here and do the camp thing. Plus, camping makes good for good TV, right? No, I got to. I'm getting way too pampered. Sleeping on a bed all the time. All high and mighty, sleeping on a bed. Alright, guys. It's 8:33 and I ended up picking up some food and for dinner, some stuff to drink. I got a C carbon charging cable, so I'm ready to charge up my batteries. It was 160 baht, which is quite expensive. But this is my area I'm going to be sleeping tonight. I'm right down here by the docks. And nice old beach. Boats are tied off. Little small boat, fishing boats. Anyway, yeah. Seems to be a lot of people down here right now. Just hanging out. So I'm gonna probably wait until down this way or down here. That's where I'm gonna be hanging my hammock. So maybe if I just give a little while. If I give a little while, people will clear out a little more. So I'll just hang out here and eat my stuff. And yeah, charge up my stuff maybe, but that costs, I'd have to get into my bag to do that. Anyway, guys, yeah, it's the night's rolling to an end. I'll put in some closing shots of my hammock when it's set up. But I'm going to go ahead and say hasta la night and good night, y'all, because yeah, it's just all about eating dinner, and I'll hit this tomorrow, you know, when the sun's up. I don't really feel like doing a night run, even though it's a great weather for a night run. It's I have a little problem with my vision in the dark. My eyes don't readjust back very easy at all with artificial lighting, so any headlights that hit me in the eyes, I can't adjust back. I don't snap back real quick. So it's fine because I don't have that with like moonlighting and stuff like that. It's just the artificial lights that get me. So that's the plan. I'm gonna hang my hammock and I'll get some closing screenshots of my hammock. All right, guys. Good night, y'all. Well, it's raining right now. It is 10:14, and I haven't set up my tarp yet, or my hammock, which I'll need the tarp, obviously. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see this. I was just kind of waiting for everything to calm down a little down here. There's a lot of people down here at the docks. There's some people right over there, actually, right under that, where the ramp goes up, right to the left. There's a group of them sitting there drinking. Yeah, I was just kind of hoping everything would calm down, but now it looks like I'm just going to have to wait for a break in the weather and then run out and set up my tarp first, and then after the tarp's up, try and get everything else underneath it. I'm going to have to put my bag, take my hammock out and my tarp out, and then put my backpack in a plastic bag and just have those things ready to go, so when there's a break in the weather, I'll run, throw it up. Alright, guys, that's the update. I was sitting here editing the video when it started. Luckily there's this overhang you can see up here, so That's actually, it's not a bad spot if it wasn't raining. Well, those people that were sitting over here got up and I guess went back to their house and left this sitting area open, which has 2 benches, little table. But more than anything, it's got a big old tarp above it, and that sits underneath a big old tree. Big old so stay out of the rain. This might be the spot I actually sleep tonight. Sorry about my camera work. I might just do a bencher tonight. That way I don't have to go out and set up in the rain and all of that. And like I said, you know, before, some of these nights are miserable. It's just how it is. And tonight's a little bit, and it's usually always when it's rainy or cold or whatever like that. Yeah, just expect, you know, homeless traveler type thing is, yeah, not every day smells like roses, but at least this spot, sorry, but at least this spot will keep me dry. Although it is right at the dock. I can see where they pulled up. And yeah, I mean, I'd be getting up early and leaving early, but maybe I could just get a little bit of shut-eye, guys. Anyway, I'm tired. I don't really feel like setting up a hammock when I have to just take it down anyway early, and by the time I get it all set up, my clothes will be wet, and I don't really want to do that. So I'd rather just kind of hang out here, try and get a little shut-eye, and then when the sun comes up, move on over to the other side of the island to get my gear. Alright guys, I'm going to call it quits now. I know I said that earlier, like I always do, and I keep throwing in stuff afterwards. But for tonight, we're going to call this right here home sweet home.